Hey guys, it's Kip from Famous by Friday Pickleball. Got a brand new paddle to review, the new Onix Supercell. This bad boy is 22 millimeters thick, so it should be very stable. Onix believes it's going to be very accurate. It should be for 22 millimeters because this frame shouldn't flex at all. It should just be very solid and very stable. However, there are some odd components to this. Onix says the poly core is only 8 millimeters thick, or thin in this case. So what makes up the rest of this paddle is a foam-filled carbon fiber power frame. Onix says that will add strength to it, and if you kind of press on it, it does have a little flex. So I kind of wonder if it's going to trampoline just a little bit. This paddle is not thermoformed. Onix is calling this thermofused. So that should keep all these edgeless components together very nicely. It does have a blown molded handle with this, so it shouldn't break, or it should be very stable. The one thing I always get concerned about, and I'm about to say it, this has a graphite face with a sprayed sand finish or a sprayed texture surface. We all know that wears out relatively quickly. We'll hope it doesn't with this paddle. We will see. This paddle is 16.5 inches long by 7.4 inches wide. It's got a 5.5 inch long grip with a 4.25 inch circumference. This paddle, as you would suspect with a 22 millimeter paddle, it is a little hefty. It comes in at 8.4 ounces, which is right in my perfect range. I don't mind that at all. But you'd expect this thick of a paddle to have a little heft to it, and it does. Very excited to get out the court. I don't really know what to expect, but I will say it looks so good. I love the looks, love the graphics on this paddle. It is beautiful. Excited to get out there. I hope you guys are going to be out there too. We can hit together and see what it's like. The new Onix Supercell. All right, guys, I'll be back. All right, guys, the new Onix Supercell. This should have exceptional control, but we'll see. All right. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Let me go after that cone. Yeah. Yeah, this does. This has really nice control. I'm gonna go after that again. Gotta get this. All right, toward it. Doggone it. Yeah, this has really good straight line control. Let's see what it'll do spin-wise. This has really good straight line control. And it should, 22mm paddle thickness, that should. All right, let me do a little spin here, see what this does. Yeah, don't know what to expect here. Wow. So, sorry guys. So that ball hit and it had so much spin on it, it actually climbed the fence behind the chain link fence like this behind the camera. It actually climbed it and went over and was still spinning. Wow, interesting. All right. Yeah, don't get under it. Okay, one more. No, not that ball. All right, one more spin. It's got more spin than I thought it did. Oh, that's so nice. Didn't spin a ton. It's not a spin paddle, but gosh, it's controllable and absolutely beautiful. Cool, very cool, guys. Hey guys, back. Just spent the last couple of weeks getting to know the new Onix Supercell. Wow, this paddle's pretty. I didn't know what to expect with this paddle. I know I say that a lot, but in the past, I've hit with some Onix paddles. I've never been a huge fan of Onix paddles. So I probably went into this review thinking, I'm not really sure what this is going to be like. And sometimes that's a good thing, because I go into a review with a really open mind. And this paddle surprised me in so many ways. I don't know if I mentioned in the opening, but Onix calls all of this technology that's in this paddle cloud control tech. They say this is a control paddle. So right there, I go into the review thinking this is just going to be a pure control paddle and maybe not a lot of pop. But I was really pleasantly surprised. I'm going to bounce through the attributes of this paddle, and as always, I start with power, and then I'm going to kind of go through them. And this paddle really surprised me in a couple of areas. This paddle does have power. It's not a power paddle. Onix is correct. As the service speeds was, my normal service speed is 48 to 50. This has 49.3. Very nice on the upper end of normal. So it's got plenty of pop, plenty of easy depth. Very nice. Where Onix says this paddle is really superior is accuracy and control. And it does have that. Consistency, accuracy, control, it is all there. The spin is okay spin. It does have spin. It's just not, if you're a spin enthusiast, this would not be the way you want to go. But it does have nice, okay spin. The feedback and feel off this paddle is just tremendous, smooth as butter, very, and I'm going to discuss this is a positive and a negative. This paddle is very soft. It doesn't, this is not a Gen 2 thermoform that the ball, that's really solid and you know, you can just feel every shot. This paddle is very, it's like butter. It's very silky smooth, and really the ball comes off of here pretty well and pretty much anywhere across the face. So the sweet spot's very large as well. Good defense to offense. You can go down, dig trash, get that ball back in the non-volley zone, or attack with this paddle. It's got everything as far as that part of the game too. And being a relatively heavy paddle, 8.4 ounces, and being a crazy thick paddle at 22 millimeters, you can get it through the zone pretty well. And whatever you get your hands on is going to go because of the weight and the mass and the plow through. This paddle surprised me in so many areas. There are two negatives to this, and once again, I'll go back to it is very soft. If you're a Gen 2 thermoformed paddle player and you like a very solid paddle, this paddle is not going to be really to your liking as far as feel and feedback. It's very soft. That can be a positive and negative. I don't really mind the soft. I almost kind of like that you can let it set there, the dwell time's long, and you can kind of throw it a little bit. The other negative, and this is a negative we all know, is the grit, sand, paint. It's going to wear off. It just does. That's what happens. But, you know, it's not really a great spin paddle anyway. So if you're a spin enthusiast, you're probably not going to jump at this, you know, regardless. Now, the looks of this paddle are outstanding, and the price point of this paddle is outstanding as well. This is only $139.99 US. That's a really good price point for all this technology and the game that this has within it. Yes, it has a couple of negatives. And if you're a power player, you're not going to love this a lot. This paddle really reminds me a lot of the Selkirk Luxe. As far as feel, if you played the Selkirk Luxe, you know that's kind of soft. It is a control paddle as well. I mean, capital control. That is what it's built for. And that's pretty much the Onix Supercell competition in that sort of feel and that sort of, you know, accuracy and control world. I think Onix has done a great job with this. I'm impressed. Like I said, I didn't know what to expect, but I am really impressed. This is fun to just stand out there and hit with. I would take this any day to do lessons and stuff because you can just get the ball, once again, back to control. If you want to hit somebody a dozen backhands in a row, you're going to be able to, and you're not going to feel any jarring from this at all. It's just a really cool paddle. I'd love to hear if you guys have tried it, if you've seen it on the courts, and if you're going to stick with it. It's got game, so I wouldn't blame you at all. All right, guys, as always, hit like, hit subscribe, leave me a comment. I will get back with you. Get out and play. Fall is almost here. All right, guys, I'll be back with more content very soon. I've never hit a worse ball than that. It still hasn't made it to the net.